Well, what is good, rookies? We are currently holding a armful of melted butter. To all you butter owners and holders before round 7, I apologize sincerely. I would take full responsibility for this. For everyone who bought in Steele last week, this is still on you. Look, this happens. I knew the risk going into this. However, before we get into the melted butter, let's just recap the round so far. Melbourne and Richmond. Melbourne had an absolute blitz of a game. Nice VC score from Gawn, 162, and a nice on-field score from House, who has just restarted his cash gen. I don't think there's really anyone else noting. Dow had a good game. Baker's doing all right. Bolton, that's pretty much on point. Lafau, okay. And yeah, McAuliffe got dropped, so nothing more to really speak about. Essendon and Collingwood. I still don't understand why we don't have overtime for these normal games, or like this, especially at this caliber type of game for Anzac. This shouldn't be happening. But anyway, Dacos, 128, great. Merritt, 127, great. We also saw the possibilities of Parrish finally. So he finally proved very useful. His price is going to keep dropping. He's usually a lot better than what he's been playing. So if he's fixed his form and we see more of that, could be a potential target. Martin deserved a lot more than 124. As a non-owner, I'm glad to have 3 points on him because that might work in our favour. Degelli had a quiet game compared to his last. Literally about it. Durham had an okay game as well, for those that have tried to pot him. Giants in Brisbane. Toby. Fucking Tom Green is back. Toby Green was gone, but he's not even an option that's worth thinking about. But Tom Green, Green Machine, what a fucking game. Very, very happy. I think a couple, like 1,600 teams traded him out. Fucking crazy. So good to hold him. I know a few people tried captaining him or VCing him at least if they weren't owning Gawn, so that would have worked out. Whitfield, great game. A lot of touches. He is definitely proving to stay on my watch list because it's pretty much between him and Stewart at this point. At this price point, he had a high break even, which he broke. So he's going to stay around this 539, 545 price point, which Stewart I think will still be cheaper in the coming weeks. But could be an option. The only other person to talk about really from this team is Darcy Jones, debutant. Proved some pretty good fucking possible potential for rookie selections because we all know we're very short. That's literally all I'm going to talk about. Cadman 53 average. Most people would be getting him out. Same with Ware. Dunkley, Pod, probably not mad. His price is going to drop ever so slightly. I think the real shit kicker of all this is Zorko. Everyone was thinking he was an option. 3,000 teams traded him in this round and got absolutely trapped. So, yeah, that's just unlucky. But not as unlucky as some who had Steele and Butters in their team like me. I don't know if we were just too hot on Butters and we ended up melting him because he actually looked good out there. Like Butters is a slow start. We know that. He's proven that. But I think 82 is stiff. Like he played very fucking well. He had similar stats to Burgoyne as well. And he wasn't as clean with it, if anything, but to not get at least 90, that is harsh. And they've dropped Houston's score. He was sitting around 111 and they've dropped him down to 107. which is standard for Houston. So anyone who bought in Houston, this is what you usually get. The main talk of the town for Port, outside of the injuries, which suck. Sweet. What a fucking game. He had a quiet game of 68 with, points per minute. Not bad. But he fucking tonned up plus some. Like, that's when we have a lack of choice when it comes to rookies. If he can bring this in and provide this, obviously, now having the R1 position, that's some decent fucking cash gen. The shit show of St Kilda. Sinclair finally found some fucking form, which is nice. He's only really had it once this season, so I don't think he's there. I'm not watching him at all. Wilson had a 90. They've corrected it down to 88. That's stiff. But he played really fucking well. I'll happily take that as on-field points. So very glad I had him in the forward line. Naz did okay. Winhager, okay. Steele, I feel like Steele doesn't deserve 70. Like, he's on my team. I want him to have more points, obviously. But I feel like give Steele 60 and give Butters another 10 points, because Steele was fucking trash. He looked sore. He looked stiff. He looked tired. I don't know what's going on. The man of Steel is not there. Bradley Hill, he looked good out there. I'm not sure what really happened. He did have some good hustle, but he's jumping back to his consistent games of like 60 to 80 now. So can't really say any more about that. Bonner, average. Rookie Garcia, he did okay. He's looking more like a slow burner than anything else. He's not going to be like any quick cash gen. But that's literally it. Port were lucky to get a fucking win at this stage, given the injury risk, because I think Rosie came off with hamstring concerns, so they rested him. Obviously they've got some big games coming up, so that probably a good idea. But with Garcia's score of 40, we're not going to loop him. We're going to get Biggie on. Biggie looked pretty shit last week, and he's still got 40. I think he can get more. So we're going to field Biggie. We're going to take Wilson's score. We're going to hope the rest of the team just takes on the fucking weight. We're sitting just under 2,300. Again, projected is with a grain of salt, but it's a nice number to see sometimes for some reassurance. Our head-to-heads, we're looking okay. There's only real one, which is against Klanger, that we're not looking like a safe bet. Everything else, we've got at least 100 points on. Maybe this one, but I think we're sitting okay. It could be another round where we go 16 out of 17 league wins, which would be fucking sick. But that's the check-in. We've got melted butter in our hands. But what can you do? This is the risk. If Walsh pops off again, it's going to add extra salt to the wound, but this was a long-term trade-in. I'm not going to regret this trade. Butters is an absolute gun. They're going to have off weeks. Do they just happen to be after when I bring them in at like top dollar? Because that's what happened with Merritt. Yeah. We're rookies, remember? We learn. We live and die by the sword of the rookie choices. But with that said, guys, I hope you have enjoyed your Friday night and have a good weekend. And I will see you for our round 7 review. Cheers.